A lot of wins cause arrogance, a lot of losses cause humility, right? Wins cause arrogance, losses cause humility, but you learn way more from your losses than you do from your wins. And it should be like that. I think a lot of times we get focused on the money part of it and we miss the idea that the money you make is a byproduct of a system. So like one of the guys was telling me yesterday in a group, he hit me, he said, Trap, because we got out of a play. A small loss. And he said, Trap, that play had an RSI over 70, man. We should have knew it was gonna pull back. And I said, let me tell you something. Runners run. Runners run. It's not odd to have a play that has an RSI over 70. My $1 million play NVIDIA was trading above 70 RSI, right? A lot of times it happens. Now, is it ideal? I'm not gonna say it. Now, I will say this, if I got a play that's running around 80 or something, I ain't gonna get in it. I'm gonna just be like, nah, that's too oversold. But like, I've been in plays that the RSI 70, 71, it's flirted there for a little while, and still crack, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, that happens. Like, I've seen plays that's oversold at 20, oversold at like 30, 32, and guess what they keep going? 20, 17, they get oversold like crazy. Like the RSI is a gauge, right? What you gotta ask yourself is, and I don't even go deep into that, coming back to you, I'm saying, is you're in 20 trades, what are you learning from the 20 trades? Is it just, I got 20 trades right? Why did I get them right? What did I get wrong in the trades? Especially in some of our trades, some of your own trades. What is the system behind a trade? I think the $5,000 that you want to do a month can easily be $10,000, $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month if you perfect the system. I think the biggest issue that a lot of people have, they come in trade and they're like, yo, I'm gonna make this much money. That's cool. That's what we all get to the market for, until you get in the market and realize, wait, if I don't get a system, I'm always at the whim of whatever the market won't do. Until you get a system, right? And I can tell you the biggest drawdown on my system in the beginning, and it's something I've been changing, was because I had so much fortitude, I would let the drawdown be like, bro, I don't care, because I done shook back 70% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, like I ain't tripping on the drawdown. I got this much time on it. But then as I started building my account bigger, and I'm not gonna lie, that 1.5 was such a big lesson for me. That 1.5 was such a big lesson for me. I put this in the Patreon the other day. I said, bro, like, the last couple plays we've been in, the last 3 plays we've been in, I'm like, yo, I've been telling them, yo, if it hits this, we just get out of it, and if it come back, we get back right. And somebody said, Trap, why you doing that now? And I said, because, bro, like, it took so much mental fortitude to come out of a $1.5 million hold, dog. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't down, I wasn't scared, but it took so much mental fortitude to come out of a $1.5 million hold. So many plays I missed, so many plays I was in that killed it, so many plays, like damn, like I got out this play a little early, could have had another 10, 15% in it, because I'm just like, yo, I gotta chip it down little by little. You know what I'm saying? And then you get out of it, and then I took a loss with freaking Spotify that pissed me the hell off, because I fought so hard, and I was like, we sitting up here, then it took a chunk out of what I was sitting. I'm like, bro, no. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you should always be learning, you should be always getting better, and every loss should teach you something. There's data in the wins, there's data in the losses, and I'll tell you this, a lot of wins cause arrogance, a lot of losses cause humility. Right? Wins cause arrogance, losses cause humility, but you learn way more from your losses than you do from your wins. And it should be like that. And so that's why I'm not gonna lie, that's why I tell people, like, bro, I go look for mentors that been killing it, bro. Because you should never stop learning, especially when I learned that people I look up to still have mentors. I'm like, oh, all right, bet. So I don't think it's the money is a problem. I think the goal should be, how do I perfect my system? Because once you get a system that's putting you in position 80% of the time, 90% of the time, you can knock it out the park. I'm about to tell you something that's gonna be really, really crazy, that you're really gonna be like, what the hell? Watch this, bro. I was doing some research on just percentages, and I read something where an investor, a trader, the best thing to study is people that won championships, said that listen to this blew my mind. He said a 40% win percentage overall still puts you in the upper echelon of winning traders. I could go, what? So as I'm reading, he gave more context. He said, you should be able to see early on if your trade is right or wrong. If it's wrong, cut it. If it's right, let it run. He said, and just reading that, he said, and what that does is you can take 5, 6, 7 small losses, and one win can not only beat those small losses, but be more than those small losses. And that was just okay. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's mostly just about learning your system. So I think if you master a system, stick with the system. Don't get style fatigue where you trying to learn 19 different styles. Get one style, and this goes back to the 10,000 trade charts things. What happened if you took one style and put it on 10,000 charts? What would happen to you if you took one style and put it on 10,000 charts? And every time you lost, you journal what you did right, what happened. You journal, and when it goes wrong, you journal what went wrong. And every time you also describe what you saw and what your emotion was. So when it went right, what did you see? When it went wrong, what happened? What was the emotion? What was the mindset? If you did that 10,000 times, you know why I say that 10,000 times and I keep bringing that up? Because when we look at pro athletes that play football, they didn't just start playing football the year before they came pro. They done played pee-wee football. They done played park ball. They done played school ball, and they played college ball. They got their 10,000 reps in. Very few people haven't played. Now, don't get me wrong, there are anomalies. Like, there are anomalies where people didn't play ball the whole while. Like, they got people that didn't play all, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, 80% of the people that do the thing, like, they got their 10,000 reps in. Why is it when it comes to trading, we got to be successful overnight? Especially if you want to look at it as a career, if you want to look at it as something that's going to change your life. Why is it that we got to be successful overnight? I can tell you why. Because we let social media pressure us. Nobody tells the person who wants to play football, you got to be successful tomorrow. They say, yep, you're going to go through this, you're going to go through this. Nobody tells the boxer that's boxing, he got to be successful tomorrow. Nobody tells the surgeon, you got to be the best tomorrow. But when it comes to trading, you got to be successful tomorrow or you don't know what you're doing. Excuse my language. Or you got 50 million people telling you, you should have did this, you should have did that, you should have did this, you should have did that. And you say, hey, guess what? I like all that. Put your money on the board, and then let me see you act under pressure. That's why I show a portfolio every week. It don't really matter to me. Because what you can't take away is, bro been showing us that shit from 2022. When he started that shit with 400,000, ran that bitch up to almost 5 million, made $1 million play, took 806 y'all, bought a building, still had that bitch over 4 million. Lost 1.5, so far have gotten that back up a little bit, not much as I want to. I can't wait to show that at the end of the year. But it's just saying, like, bro, like, it is what it is. Is this year the ideal year for me that I want? Nah, it's not, right? But if I can win, if I leave this year with 6 figures, I ain't mad at this year coming out of $1.5 million hole. Will I compare myself to other traders who probably up $1 million or something? Nope, I'm not. You know why? Because I taught myself something new. What was that? Nigga, you came out of $1.5 million hole, my nigga. Pat yourself on the back. Keep going. And so I just, I would rather you focus on mastering what it is you want to learn, or whatever, whatever style you have, master that. Even if it's mine, like, how do you take my blueprint and add some stuff to it to make you better? Then the $5,000 a month is a no-brainer. Let's go.